Alright, quick update on Quant. So looking at this in the short term, there's a few different things that I see. Number one, if we've got this neckline of this W pattern that we have recently broken out of, whether you want to draw it like that, whether you want to draw it like this, and whether you want to draw the neckline to the candle body close down here, or if you want to draw it up to the wick down here. If we draw it as a range, nonetheless, you can see we've got this nice W pattern. We have broken out of it. We've come back down on a throwback yesterday. We've back tested the neckline of this W pattern, and we are starting to head up. So personally, I would measure this. I don't know if I would want to draw it. I mean, technically speaking, you would draw it all the way down to here. So let's just provide a tiny bit of hopium. Let's draw it from the very extravagant target all the way down to there. From the breakout level of the top of this neckline, you can see this would bring Quant all the way up to $173. Now, I think, you know, the breakup has already started. I think we are already bottoming out, or rather, I do think this was the bottoming region for Quant, because if we draw our fib from the low to the high, just eyeballing this, I mean, we had a big move up, came back down, back tested the 786. We have pretty much back tested the 618. We fell through it a tiny bit. If we draw it to the candle wick close on the top up here, you can see perfect back test of the 786 and the 618. So we're starting to head up, looking at this macro fib, or not macro fib, very mid-term fib really. We are starting to head up on all levels. We have had a very healthy uptrend because we've come up, we've back tested major levels of support. We've formed a W pattern, which is a pretty nice bottoming signal for Quant, in my opinion. We've back tested the breakout of this W. So all in all, I think as long as we stay above $132, which is not far away from where we are now, it would not, you know, be the end of the world if we came back down and back tested this, although I don't think we are going to, because we have already had one wick coming down yesterday to confirm this as a breakout region. We've come back down, back tested it as support, and started to head up. So all in all, just being conservative, keep an eye on 132. If we lose 132, I mean, you can say 127 is the absolute lowest we can go, because you can still argue that the neckline of the W is down here. But nonetheless, I think if we come down to 132 again, it is probably not the best sign. Nonetheless, I don't think we are going to be coming back down. I think we're getting ready for another push up for Quant. So the last thing I see, we've also got a somewhat decent, well, actually this is really nice. I mean, this has got a huge pole on this bull flag that we've got coming right here, and if we extrapolate the price target, let's see where this would take us. I think the 200-day moving average is tapering down so fast because obviously the 200-day moving average takes in data from up to 200 days ago from where the price closed, and if we take this 200-day, I mean, the 200-day is basically registering targets all the way up on this all-time high up here at, let's see what this goes up to. So we've got basically targets. Obviously it's going to be from the close, so it's going to be $383. The 200-day moving average is taking in the average of the prices from all the way back here. So even in like a week's time, we're going to be taking in data from 260 and 347. So obviously we're so low down here at 140. In my opinion, we have a lot of room to move to the upside, and I think the 200-day moving average is going to taper down very quickly because obviously we're taking in price targets from very high trajectories. I think by the time we come up to fulfill this target of this bull flag, we could potentially be looking for a flip of the 200-day moving average, and then we can start talking about much more macro Fibonacci retracements, much more macro price targets. Just eyeballing it for you, we've got a, well, not eyeballing it, but just giving you a quick target, we've got a 618 up here at 297. We would obviously need to talk about flipping the 180 where the 200 day is to start with. Drawing our second fib, let's see what we've been doing here. Have we backtested the 786? So yeah, I think, let me mark this and I can zoom in on a closer time frame. 786 is right here. This was really where we needed to hold. Yesterday and the day before, we perfectly backtested the 786. So we've also got a 618 Fibonacci all the way up here. Let me get rid of these fibs because I don't want to put too much emphasis on these fibs while we are, you know, still potentially talking about a throwback. So if we do break out at the top of this bull flag, keep an eye on the W breakout price pardon me, the W breakout price target all the way up at 173. I just ate some ramen, so is what it is. But yeah, if we come all the way up here, 173, once we break 173, we've got a price target at 183. Once we flip 183, I'm really inclined, because I mean this 200 day is very close to where this Fibonacci region is. I think we would be heading up to 296 in the next coming months or so. Obviously do bear in mind Quant has, I think it's like 1 billion, 1.1 billion, something like that last time I checked. It has a fairly decent market cap, so I think this is going to be one of the cryptos that is going to be a very nice winner in this current bull cycle that I do think we are going to enter. Do bear in mind it has a very high market cap though, so I don't necessarily think it's going to go up in a straight line and take out all these price targets like a lot of quant bulls think. I think Quant has, I mean, since the market cap has increased, at least from what I'm seeing in this bottoming region, we really tend to have these big moves up, come down, back test very healthy, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and we just keep on very slowly staircasing up to the upside. So all in all, Quant looks pretty good. Keep an eye on 132. If we lose 132, 127 absolutely has to hold. If we come below 127, it is going to get extremely ugly, and I would be calling for very bearish price targets. So as long as we don't do that, which like I said I don't think we will, in my opinion it looks like we are getting rearing to break to the upside of this bull flag. So once we have a daily close, I'd say keep it safe, a daily close around 142 and a push up. I would potentially be looking to enter a trade for Quant, because the bull flag all the way up here, that's a 30% increase, that's pretty nice, and our first Fibonacci at the 41% increase, just below the $200. All in all, looks pretty good. Definitely a nice trade that we could have on our hands. A very huge bull flag right now, rather, that we are playing out. We've also got a nice bottoming signal, two types of bottoming signals. We obviously put in a massive low, had a rally, back tested the 786, came up, back tested the 618 Fibonacci, and while doing so we formed a very nice and a very big, with a very big price target of this W breakout. So Quant looks pretty good to me. I'm liking the setup of this trade. Nonetheless, keep an eye on 142. If we have a daily close around 142, I think we're going to be getting ready for a massive move for Quant in the next coming days and weeks. So that's all I see for Quant. Best of luck if you are holding it. Once again, none of this is financial advice, it's just my own opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.